Now, the number of Palestinians killed in Israeli attacks has now risen to 17,700 since the war began on October the 7th. For those who've managed to survive, the so-called safe areas can be extremely dangerous. Israel says what it calls safe zones will be spared the bombing and the fighting that has devastated much of the rest of the territory. More than 1.8 million people in Gaza have now been forced from their homes, and there are fewer and fewer designated safe areas left to flee to. The sandy, barren 6.5 square kilometre patch of terrain in al-Mawasi is one of them. Youmna has more from there.
We're here in al-Mawasi of Rafah. This is just one of the areas of al-Mawasi. Al-Mawasi is originally a 14 square kilometre area where Israel has called a designated humanitarian safe zone for Palestinians in the Gaza Strip to move to. But as you can see, this area is just made out of installed thin tents for the residents who have fled and were forcibly displaced from different areas, the Gaza city, the north, and even the southern of Wadi Gaza, that includes the central part and Khan Yunis city, and have been all forcibly displaced in this area called al-Mawasi. This area is just made out of these thin tents that have been installed here and there. Some areas, the tents are very adjacent to one another. And this area, al-Mawasi, has nothing of the basic necessities and needs of any human being. So as you can see, it is completely not relevant to the word humanitarian, neither to the word a safe zone, because these people, as well as many others in the Gaza Strip in different areas, are still suffering of relentless, ongoing Israeli airstrikes and bombardments. Now, going to the humanitarian case of al-Mawasi, this area has no water, it has no drinking water, it has no humanitarian aid reaching these places, and of course it has no toilets at all. So people here need to find an alternative even for the toilets. This is one of the alternatives that people here in al-Mawasi are turning to make their own toilets. They have dug a pit in the ground and put this container. This is a toilet, a public toilet that they have installed here between all these tents to use because they have no other alternative. But water for hygiene stays to be a struggle and a daily challenge for these people here. These areas are subjected to a lot of diseases on a daily basis because of the great amounts of people crowded in very small areas and without any water for hygiene. Youmna, Al Jazeera, Rafah at al-Mawasi.